Hi guys, so I am here to talk about my Patreon page, because Patreon said I should make a video, so I'm doing what it told me. So what my Patreon is for, it's for my cosplays and it's for my YouTubes, and trust me, the two intertwine and it will make sense soon. What is Patreon? I should probably go over that. Patreon is a place for creators that create things like YouTube videos, music, cosplay, artists, photographers, filmmakers, I don't know, a whole bunch of stuff on there. It's a place for all these people to go and give their fans an option to fund them and their creations and stuff like that, because usually all this stuff, all this content is given to you guys for free through like YouTube or DeviantArt or Facebook or stuff like that, and it's not a bad thing because it's free entertainment, it's fun. But if you really enjoy someone's work, the stuff that they share with you guys usually isn't made very cheaply or for free. Like, it requires money to make anything, really. So if you want to see more of something, or if you really like them and you want to support them so that they can keep doing what they love and what you love to see from them, this is a way to do it. And that is why I made one. If you really like my cosplays and you are able to and want to support me in this way, that's awesome, and this gives you the opportunity to do so. I'm not saying you have to, and I'm not saying I don't like you if you don't. Like, I appreciate any kind of support, I honestly do. I appreciate it when you like my stuff, or when you follow me, or when you comment, and just like simple things like that. I appreciate it a whole lot. This is just another option I'm giving to people because I have had people interested in it, in funding me and helping me create content for everyone to see and everyone to enjoy, and so that is why this exists. I'm gonna keep going down here because the link's gonna be down here, so I think I'm just gonna be used to going down here and have like little raptor claws. Things that are about is cosplay and YouTube. So for the cosplay, it helps just like fund materials and me to be able to work with these fancy materials and learn how to use all this stuff and make really good quality cosplays and grow as a cosplayer and learn how to make these fancier costumes. And this is where the YouTube also kind of intertwines with it, is because then through having these materials and learning how to work with them and stuff like that, I can share like my advice, my do's and don'ts, what I've learned, make tutorials for you guys, and character specific tutorials, as well as just like general tutorials, and just share tips and things that I don't see very often. There's a lot of things that are assumed to be just common knowledge, but like I still want to go over the very basics for like if you've never ever been in a hardware store before, and never ever touched fabric before, stuff like that, to help everyone out, like even the super new people who just don't know where to start, because I have been there and I understand the frustration. And then what else it does for the YouTube videos is things like makeup tutorials still. Those are still going to continue. And then just create new series, like a Cosplay 101 series that basically goes over everything that I just said a little bit ago, like 2 seconds ago. And a how-to style series, and a lookbook, like themed outfit series, where it like being just a set of outfits after like an anime or a cartoon or a video game or something like that. In the About Me, there is a little, or the About this page, about me on the Patreon page, there is a little section that says where does the money go, and it goes over more specifics about the different materials and tools and equipments and whatever. So some of the larger goals for this cosplay wise are things like Star Guardian Lux, a bunch of different Hyperdimension Neptunia characters, Pixie from X-Men, Daenerys Targaryen, a couple League of Legends characters like the Popstar Zyra and Popstar Kog'Maw fan art, and then like Thrush and Diana, as well as a lot of Blizzard characters, especially from Overwatch, like Widowmaker and Tracer, and Heroes of the Storm like Zagara and Tyrande. I can't pronounce that name. And Sylvanas, and a demon hunter from Diablo. and some Ruby characters like Neo and Yang, and some childhood anime characters like Ichigo from Tokyo Mew Mew, and the fight card from Cardcaptor Sakura. Onto perks of Patreon, which are the rewards of Patreon, and I have many. I try to make this as worth it as possible. So there will be poll participation that is exclusive to Patreon only. Like if it ever got big enough to go to like out of the state conventions or like the bigger conventions, I'd be like, hey, which convention out of state or whatever should I go to? Let's vote on it and see, help me choose that way. Things like which cosplay should I do, especially around Halloween when I'm looking to do a smaller, quicker cosplay. I also try to respond as fast as possible on Patreon. I also have things like first looks at fancy professional photos of my cosplays. I usually take all of my cosplay photos, or I have a friend help me by holding my camera and clicking the button for me. Usually I always edit them, like change the lighting and try to make it look more fancy and professional, and like a fancy photographer who actually knows what they're doing took it, because I don't know what I'm doing. Once I finish those, as soon as I finish those, I always share it right away on Patreon, so you always get to see my finished photos as soon as possible. There's also a first look and exclusive work in progress photos that will be only available to Patreons, and the work in progress photos also include a lot more in-depth description of what exactly I'm doing and what's going on in the photo and what I'm working on, rather than just the short descriptions that I usually post on Facebook or Instagram. So if I have any behind the scenes vlogs or photos, I share those on there as well, and they're usually just exclusive to Patreon. I also have the first look and exclusive video tutorials like I talked about earlier. I want to make more cosplay video tutorials, so there are some that will be exclusive only to Patreon to view, and those are usually like more character specific tutorials, and those will also probably be voted on like by the polls that I was talking about. And there are some that, the ones that go on YouTube that aren't exclusive, so they see those like weeks or even months early before they're ever posted on YouTube. So if you are wanting to see those as fast as possible, as soon as possible, those are always there. And as the Patreon grows, or as I get better at like editing and making stuff, the more frequent those videos become. I also have fan signs because I got asked about those a lot, and I don't, just being honest, I don't get fan signs. I don't understand them. It's a concept that I don't get. But I get asked about it a lot, so I threw that into one of the things, since that's not something I'm really interested in and I really don't want to do all that much. I was like, I can do that for Patreon. That would be fun. That would be a nice little perk of being a Patreon, so I threw that in there, as well as patterns and templates I give out every month that I have a pattern and template to share, because some costumes I just use a pattern that I picked up at Joann's and altered slightly, and I don't really know how to put that on a scanner and share that on the computer, or if that's even legal. I share the patterns I make for like armor pieces. Like the month of March 2016, its reward was Widowmaker's shoulder piece and her base gauntlet piece. I think April's will be probably her helmet piece. So whenever I have pattern or templates to share, those get put as rewards on Patreon. There are also print sets, like a whole bunch of different print sets. I offer personalized sketches and extra crafting help to my Patreons. That's not to say that I will never give advice ever again on like Facebook or stuff. I still do, but this just is like even more, and it's more one-on-one, and it's more involved. I will help by sketching out like certain things or certain details, or like designing like a Pokemon can't pronounce that word either, but those Pokemon like the Eevee that I did, or Espeon or Glaceon, that it's like that. I will help you sketch up like designs like that. That's just some extra crafting help that I offer. There are also one-of-a-kind Polaroids and holiday cards, and a year-round discount to my store face, trinkets.storenvy.com. And I think the highest tier is a customized plushie under a certain price, and this one is only a one-time thing because it takes me more than a month to make a plushie a lot of the times. It just basically gives you the option of customizing in the sense of like color schemes, or adding some sort of engraving to it, like your name or a phrase or something. And finally, for the goal of this Patreon, I have some goals. I think I have 4 set. So one of the first ones is to be able to create a cosplay each month. They're usually smaller, so they're not going to be like these big full body armor pieces, because I don't work fast enough yet to be able to do that. I don't think the goal that I put per month could even afford a full armor piece anyways. So this is just some smaller ones that would be quicker to make and still in that budget to make. That is also where the polls will come in, is to help vote on which cosplay do you want me to make. I mean, you're paying to have a cosplay made each month. You should at least get a say in which cosplay it is out of lists that I take from ones that I want to do and ones that you guys want to see me do, and I put these all in a poll and be like, hey, which ones? The next goal is release of a monthly tutorial, at least on YouTube. So like a monthly cosplay tutorial, and once again Patreons will help vote on stuff, and I'll take suggestions from all over the place, so like from YouTube, from Facebook, and everything like that. The Patreons will just get a vote. The next goal just talks about getting better equipment for filming these tutorials and being able to produce them faster, which is just another step up, saying, hey, I can make more than one tutorial a month, and I probably make more than one YouTube video a week and stuff like that. And the final one is to be able to travel to a farther convention, like an out-of-state convention, which once again comes into where patrons will be able to say, hey, we want you to do this, come to this convention or whatever. And I will look into that, and as long as it works and is in the price range and everything like that, then I can do that. I think I explained my Patreon as good as I could. There's a lot more written in the abouts and in the rewards and in the goals. So if you have any questions, kind of look at that or comment down below and I will respond to things, or comment on the Patreon or Facebook or wherever you see this video. And just a quick disclaimer, once again, I'm not saying you are obligated to donate, become a patron, whatever it's called, or that I don't appreciate that you're supporting or not get the wrong idea. This is just giving people the option to become a patron if they would like, because I know some people do. Thanks so much if you made it this far, and if you took the time to check out the Patreon or my cosplays or anything of the sort. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day. And the fight card from card chapter, oh my god.